Hey readers, we're going to read chapter 6 of each Chinese book today. I perk up when the doorbell rings. A little beam of light illuminates the hall just outside the dining room. All my worries swirling around my brain. Well, my first words should be why he didn't call for so long or say anything about the videos I sent him, what it will feel like to finally see him after he's been gone for over 8 months, completely disappear. And suddenly, the perfect first word comes to me. Poppy, I say, jumping up. My dad grins from ear to ear when he sees me, and the entire house feels warm. Poppy's duffel bag thumps on the floor. Hey! My dad is home. His wide shoulders press against his sharp uniform. His cover is tucked under his arm, exposing his reddish-brown hair, which is cropped tight. I run up to him, ready for him to lift me into a giant hug like he always does. Poppy, I repeat. When I reach him, he stops short of lifting me. He takes both of his hands to the side of my head and then drops them behind my neck. He holds them there and stares. Hey there, Amelia, he says. It makes my heart thump nervously and my head spin with what to do or say next. Antonio! Abuela interrupts the moment as she walks in from the kitchen. Poppy releases his hold, and Abuela forces her way into a hug. Hola, Mommy, he says, pulling away. Abuela steps back and rubs my dad's back. ¿Estás bien? She asks. Yeah. Amelia made café con leche, she says. It's all warmed up for you. Great, he says. And Abuela made pan con lechon. I bounce around excitedly again. My dad loves Abuela sandwiches. So do I. The pork is garlicky and tangy, and the bread has a paper-thin crust with a soft, flaky center. Abuela got the ingredients at Don Carlos's Grocery Latino on the other side of Maryville, near Parkview Middle. You can't get Cuban bread anywhere else, or Cuban coffee. You can't get mojo pork anywhere else either. At least not the way the butcher makes it at Don Carlos's store. We walked from the entrance of the house to the dining room and sat down together. We're almost a complete family again, only Mom is missing. Abuela's already sat down a plate with a pork sandwich and plantain chips at the head of the table where my dad sits. Abuela pops up like she forgot something, then returns carrying a coffee cup on a saucer with the Chinese food on the side. She places the coffee in front of the plate. Gracias, Mommy, my dad tells Abuela. So how's school, Amelia? Good, I say. Where's your favorite place to go in Maryville, Poppy? He seems confused. I don't know. Why do you ask? I was just curious. Poppy meets Abuela's eyes, and they both raise their brows like they're not sure what the heck I'm talking about. Abuela pats my shoulder and takes my dad's hand, the one that's not holding the Cuban sandwich. I start tapping my fingers on the table, and Dad stares like he wants me to stop. I slow my finger tap to a halt and then look at both of them, unsure what to say. Amelia, why don't you tell your dad about school like he asked? They don't answer my question, and I feel like asking it again, but then I think about my upcoming math test this Thursday. Mrs. Brennan asked me if I understood what constitutes a statistical question, and I told her yes, but then she gave me an example, and I said I didn't know. Okay, my dad says, even more confused. So, are you playing any sports this spring? Sports? Now it's my turn to be confused. I don't play sports, Poppy. Oh, he says, I thought you wanted to try out for basketball or something. No, I say, you and I played at the rec center like a year ago. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you weren't playing. A piece of onion falls off my dad's sandwich. We all stare on the floor. So I have to do a socialized project from Mr. Rick's class, I offer. I thought he was the coach of the JV volleyball team. He is, I say, and basketball and baseball, and I think curling. Pretty sure Maryville has never had a curling team, Amelia. I know, I tell him. I was joking. My dad can usually pick up when I'm telling a joke, but it's like he forgot. Has Mom called, he asks. There's a pause in his voice. His eyes shift to the living room. I think she's still flying, Poppy, I tell him. She said she had a lot of layovers. Oh, okay, he says. I'm sure she'll call when she's settled. He takes one last bite of the pork sandwich and sips the last of his café con leche. He gets up and gives Abuela a peck on the cheek. Gracias, Mommy, he says, and then walks over to me. I'm going to take a little rest, Amelia. Maybe we can catch up after? My dad gives a sad kind of smile. Sure, I say. He takes out his phone and turns it on. He waits for it to fully power up by the dining room door. I guess he doesn't find what he's looking for because he puts it back in his pocket. Abuela heads in the opposite direction, back to the kitchen. I stay where I am. My dad has been a Marine on active duty since I was 4 years old. Each time he left, my heart would drop into my knees. Then when he returned, it was like he lifted my heart back into place and everything was right again. That's how it always worked. It started with worry, but the relief would come once he was back. I wonder when the relief will kick in. Maybe it will take longer now because he was away for more time. My dad unbuttons his perfectly pressed shirt as he heads toward the stairs. He holds onto the railing, taking slow steps up the narrow staircase. I never understood why he didn't respond to any of the videos I sent him. I sent him so many, 30 to be exact. I waited and waited, but never got an answer. Even though he's home now, it still feels like I don't have an answer. So I want you guys to stop and jot, is Amelia's reunion with her father going like she expected? If not, what is happening instead?